Good morning, students. In the last few videos, we have finished all three different transport phenomena, that is coefficient of viscosity, thermal conductivity, and coefficient of diffusion. Now, in today's video, let us solve some problems based on the transport phenomena. So, let's go for the first one. Calculate the mean free path of the gas molecule having diameter 3.2 angstrom. The number of molecules per unit volume is 2.5 into 10 to the power 25 per meter cube. The number of molecules per unit volume is given to you, and along with that, diameter of the gas molecule is given, and its diameter is 3.2 angstrom, and you are asked to calculate the mean free path, right? And we know that the formula for mean free path lambda is equals to 1 by root 2 into 1 upon pi sigma square n, where n is number of molecules per unit volume, small n. So small n is equals to 2.5 into 10 to the power 25 per meter cube, right? And the diameter of the gas molecule is given, and it is equals to sigma. So sigma is equal to 3.2 angstrom. This gives you 3.2 into 10 to the power minus 10 meters. If you put these values into this formula, because just substitution is needed into the formula to get the answer. So n, sigma and pi. Now if you put these values here, then we'll get the answer, right? So the answer lambda is equals to 8.79 into 10 to the power minus 8 meter. That's the mean free path of the gas molecule, right? Now let's go for the next one. Calculate the diameter of the gas molecule if n is equal to this and lambda is equal to this. So lambda and n, both values are given to you, and you are asked to calculate the diameter of the gas molecule. Now what is n? N is number of molecules per unit volume, and lambda is mean free path. So only the, yes, both are given in the centimeter, so you need not to even convert also. So it is just a substitution based problems. Same formula we can use, lambda equal to 1 upon root 2 into 10 into 1 upon pi sigma square n, right? And if you put these values, then we will get value of a sigma square, and then you can calculate from sigma square sigma. So sigma is equals to, that means diameter of the gas molecule is equals to 1.91 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. The mean free path of the gas molecule at the pressure P and temperature T is 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter. What will be the mean free path at pressure 2P and temperature T by 4? So this is the problem, right? Let us read the problem once again, and then we'll proceed ahead to calculate. The mean free path of the gas molecule at pressure P and T is given to you. So you are given a particular condition where the pressure and temperature of this particular vessel or container is T and P. P is a pressure, T is a temperature, and at that particular temperature and pressure, the mean free path of the gas molecule is 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 6 meter. So lambda, let us say this is a lambda 1. So for the temperature T and pressure P, the mean free path is given, that is lambda 1, and you are asked what will be the mean free path at double pressure and 1/4 of the temperature. That's the problem, right? So only one value is given to you, that is mean free path lambda 1, and we know that lambda is equal to 1 upon root 2 into kt by pi sigma square p. This is the formula for mean free path in terms of the pressure, and earlier formula we have seen in terms of number of molecules per unit volume, n, right? So lambda equal to 1 upon root 2 into kt by pi sigma square p, right? Then you can write the same formula for two mean free path, lambda 1 and lambda 2. So for lambda 1, what are the quantities on right hand side which are varying? Temperature and pressure, only two. Rest of the things are constant, right? So for lambda 1 and lambda 2, we can write kt by pi sigma square p root 2 for the lambda 1, right? And for lambda 2, we can replace t by t by 4 and p by 2p. So this will become kt by 4 into pi sigma square into 2p into root 2. And if you do cancel the equal factors, then we will get this is equals to 4 by 2, that is 2. This gives us lambda 2 is equals to lambda 1 by 2, and lambda 1 value is known to us. This is equals to 1.2 into 10 to the power minus 6 meters. So thus it gives us the mean free path of the same container with double pressure and 1/4 temperature is equals to 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 6 meters, right? Now let's go for the next kind of a problem. Calculate the radius of oxygen molecule if its coefficient of thermal conductivity K is equal to 24 into 10 to the power minus 3 joule per meter per second per degree Kelvin, and specific heat at constant volume is given, which is 20.9 into 10 to the power 3 joule per kilomole per Kelvin. Boltzmann constant K is given. Be careful about this 2K. One is a coefficient of thermal conductivity, and the second one is Boltzmann constant. This should be a small k, right? 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule per Kelvin, and mass of an oxygen molecule is given 5.31 into 10 to the power minus 26 kilogram, right? So as we know, the formula for thermal conductivity K is equal to rho C lambda by 3 into Cv, right? Now Cv is known to us, K is given to us, and you are asked to calculate the radius of oxygen molecule, right? And mass of the gas molecule is given, specific heat is given to you. So we can use the other formulas for calculation of lambda first. So mean free path lambda equal to 1 upon root 2 into 1 upon pi sigma square n, right? And use this value into thermal conductivity formula. So this will give us a rho into C. Let me take you here. Rho C by 3 into lambda is this much, 1 upon root 2 into 1 upon pi sigma square n into Cv, specific heat of gas at constant volume as it is. So this gives us a K equals to m suffix n by 3. So rho into C is mn into square root of 3 kT by m. Now what is this 3 kt by m? 3 kt by m, it's the value of RMS velocity, right? And thus this will help us to get the value of a sigma square. So by rearranging the above relation, we'll get sigma square is equal to m by 3k into square root of 3 kt by m 1 upon root 2 into 1 upon pi into Cv. So this helps us to get the value of a sigma, and the value of a sigma will be equal to 2.25 angstrom. What is the sigma? Sigma is the diameter of the gas molecule, right? Once the diameter of the gas molecule is calculated, then you can calculate the radius easily. So the radius of gas molecule is equal to sigma by 2, and this is equals to 1.125 angstrom, right? Now let's move on the next kind of a problem. Calculate the mean free path for nitrogen molecule at 127 degrees Celsius temperature and 1 atmospheric pressure. The molecular diameter of nitrogen is 3.5 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeters. Alright. So what is the T? T is given to you equals to 1.27 degrees Celsius, and this will be equals to 400 Kelvin, right? And pressure is 1 atmospheric pressure. 1 atmospheric pressure is equal to 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. Sigma is equal to 3.5 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter, right? So the mean free path is lambda equal to 1 upon root 2 into kt by pi sigma square p, as the temperature is given to us and pressure is given, so we can use this mean free path formula in terms of a pressure. And if you put the values, then the mean free path will come out for nitrogen molecule 1 into 10 to the power minus 7 meters. Now let's go for the last problem. The diameter of the gas molecule is 2 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter, and the Boltzmann constant value is given 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 joule per Kelvin. Calculate the mean free path at NTP, normal temperature pressure. At NTP, what is NTP? NTP is the state where the temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, and that 20 degrees Celsius is equal to 293 Kelvin, and pressure at NTP is 1 atmospheric pressure, which is equals to 101.325 to 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter square. Now Boltzmann constant is given to you, and sigma is given to you also in the problem. This is equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. If you convert it into a meters, it will be equals to 2 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. N is the number of molecules, let us say, and we can use the formula PV equals to nRT, which is equals to nKT. So this gives us N by V is a small n, right? The number of molecules per unit volume is a small n, right? So for this n, I can write N by V, isn't it? And this gives us P by KT, right? If you consider only this term and this term, so capital N by V is a small n, right? And so this gives us P by KT. So small n is equals to, this is the value known to us 101.325 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 1.38 into 10 to the power minus 23 into 273 by putting into this formula, and we'll get the n equal to 2.688 10 to the power 25 meter cube per meter cube. And if the n is known, then we can calculate the mean free path, right? And mean free path is the quantity we are asked to calculate. So lambda equals to 1 upon root 2 into 1 upon pi sigma square n, and if you put all these values into the formula, we'll get mean free path for the given gas molecule is equals to 2.094 into 10 to the power minus 7 meters. So these are some problems based on the transport phenomena. Hope you understood all these problems. Thank you.